Hello everyone, I'm Sifu Hill. Welcome to systemswithinsystems.com, where you can check that out and it will connect you to all the sites. So I said in my last video I'm going to talk a little bit about Grow, Learn, Teach, which I've been doing for a long time. And then I will also talk about some of the history down the line if people want to know where the systems within systems actually came from, and as well the symbol, and also where the Grow, Learn, Teach came. But right now I want to focus on the idea of the individual. To me, we are all individuals. We are all universes. We are all worlds that need to explore ourselves. The world is a perfect place to do that in. It's got all of these different things that are going on and things that are going on right now, which if you view it a little bit differently, you are in participating with it. You are able to express it. You're able to learn from it. And that's where Grow, Learn, Teach comes from. It helps me put things in perspective with who and what I am. To grow means what's ever going on in my environment, what's ever happening, whatever disciplines I take, or whatever action I take to be involved with whatever I'm involved with, whatever decisions I make, however I decide to support myself or not support myself or whatever may be. This is all part of the experience of my universe, my planet, me, moving among countless universes. People, to me are like all universes. They all have something to say. There's all something, and we all feel, I think, important to ourselves. But there's a connection. There's this whole thing where we all interconnect in some way. And through our movies, through our music, through our literature, through our conversations, people are kind of saying the same thing. We're all kind of living the same dream. And we're seeing now with the virus going around how small the community of the world is, how we're all connecting and trying to vanquish this. I think even crime has gone down. Everything's kind of put on a hold because of it. So we're all interconnected in some way. Even the video that I saw on stress today, or a couple of days ago at the job, trying to help people deal with stress a little bit more. This is all part of the growing. If we see what's happening within us and around us, we're in the process of growing. The learning is when we digest it a little bit, when we start to understand it. And it may have many different aspects of learning. Something you think you may have, you don't yet. And this is also some of the philosophy that comes in down the line, which I will be talking about to help deal with situations and move on. I call the unsheathed sword, which is cutting through adversity. Know your dragon, which is knowing a little bit more about who and what you are. Focusing without focusing. That's a big one, I think, right now, dealing with stress. And that gets more into the soulful side of stress, instead of just dealing with the mechanics, exercising, working out, running, spending more time with the family, and doing all those things that we talked about prior. Everybody kind of knows that, but it still doesn't stop the stress sometimes. Understanding yourself from a more soulful side works on that. And that's where the Grow, Learn, Teach comes from. So when you look at life as what you're experiencing, you're here to experience it. That's the growing, that's the mindfulness of everything. The learning is the process of it. And the teaching, well, that just kind of comes naturally. You just do it because that's who you are. Well, that's who I am anyway. That's where the teaching comes from. To me, the greatest thing any human being can do is to teach what they have to others, whatever it may be, whether it's to your children, your family, but not have a war. You need to know when to back off. The idea of a war, the warrior, is that you are on a journey. We are all on a journey. When you understand that, that's when the sword that cuts through adversity comes through. And to have that, and to move through adversity that's going on in your life, to grow, to learn. And hopefully, whatever it is that you have, you get to teach. So Grow, Learn, Teach is like communicating with the world around you. Not looking at everything so negatively. There is, as I said, positive stress and negative stress. Negative stress is when we swallow our stress. We swallow it, and it affects our organs. And I have stories for that as well. And if I have time on the other videos, I'll single out those stories. People like to hear my stories, so I'll tell them. But if you swallow your stress, it can really affect like the back of your neck, give you headaches, affect your heart, your internal organs, all of this stuff, because we're swallowing it. Because our brains just keep going. This is the part that we deal with stress. Most of us just keep moving. We still keep going to work every day. We still get up and we do what we have to do. You know, all these have to do's. We still keep pushing through it, even though we are mentally and physically stressed out. We're so trained to do what we have to do that we don't recognize our stress, and we don't recognize these trigger points that are telling us, hey, you know, you need to do something about this. You know, you could be waiting at a light, and then you get through the light, or waiting in traffic. You know, traffic, right? The blood, you know, it's kind of how I explain chi. If you're sitting in traffic and you've got to get somewhere, it's very, you know, and you're stressed out, you're annoyed, you're cutting people off to get to that one car in front of you that really doesn't take you anywhere. You know, people are driving in this passing lane slow, and it's all this, But when it's going good, like when I go to work now, you know, I'm boogieing down Route 1, and there's no traffic. And, you know, like, well, this is nice. Like Zoom, I'm going to work, you know. But when it's clogged up and stuff, then, you know, you're stressed out. Well, these are trigger points. You're waiting on a light too long when things start getting you. Be stressed out about something that's going on at work, or what somebody said to you. And you feel the stress in your neck. You start tensing up your chest, your arms, things start hurting more. These are trigger points for you to recognize that, hey, man, I need to take a breath here. I need to think about grow, learn, teach. And the systems within systems. I need to understand when emotions connecting with me and getting me stressed out. I need to let it go. I need to practice movement. You know, I need to be a part of this again. I need to recognize this is all part of my universe, my world. Learning, being in the process of it is a gift. There is no negative or positive unless you swallow it. It's how you approach it, how you deal with it, how you handle it. So to me, grow, learn, teach is the process of mindfulness, of being in the process of everything that you're doing. You know, throughout my life, I wear many hats. And I like to say many hats. You don't walk into a biker bar wearing a tuxedo or in a suit and tie. You dress the part. I don't go to work in different clothes, my kung fu clothes. I wear many hats. I get involved with the environment. I don't let my ego get in the way. No, I'm better than this. I could just hit this guy that's blabbing and just take him out. People have no idea of what I do, what my abilities are. Instead, I wear a different hat. I become what I am there, and I learn from it. It makes me a better person. It makes me a better person, not to the world, as an individual. And as well, it allows me to express myself different. I don't try to be what I can't be in the environment that I am. So just like the environment that we're in now, we all have to wear masks. We all have to do these things. We all have to deal with other people's phobias and anxieties. Instead of fighting it, I grow, learn from it. And there I am, I'm teaching. Grow, learn, teach is the process, I believe, that every human being makes us a little bit different, separate. Whatever our belief system may be, whatever we may be going on, and whatever we may be doing. It allows us to understand our universe. It's what makes us unique. It also allows us to have compassion and understanding for our environment and the people that are in that environment. I'm only human is a great saying, but as well, there are points where, I just want to hit people with the fist of wisdom. If only it were that easy, but it is not. So the grow, learn, teach allows me to brings me back into my universe, my planet, what makes me unique, what brings my uniqueness to the cosmos, that I'm here to be in the process of it all. It's important to recognize the environments that you're in and what you have to deal with and what you're dealing with, to grow from it, to learn from it. For me, I also teach from it. Recognize the different hats and the different situations that you are. Your family's hat, your driving your car hat, you know, your work hat. And just allow yourself to be with what's going on. Take some breaths, get into some movement. There's many ways of dealing with it, but these are trigger points. If you feel tension all of a sudden in your neck, you feel headachy, your stomach starts to bother you, you're having aches and pains all over. These are trigger points that you are too stressed out. You are too involved with whatever's happening, and you need to recognize what's happening and do something about it. Whether it's take a breath, to let it go, to recognize that why am I worrying about this so much? And the Grow, Learn, Teach allows you to be in the process of it all. The many voices within us that are speaking to us, the systems within systems, allows you to be in the process of it all. To practice mindfulness, to be involved with your environment. The next video, I'll talk a little bit about on a more soulful side. This, to me, all comes with the spiritual side. We're all spiritual beings. We're all warriors that are looking to understand. So, I'll talk to you again. Everyone, breathe. Get back into the moment, into believing in who and what you are. Grow, learn, teach.